Okay.
Hello, everybody. It is me, MisterVince, and I hope you all have an amazing day today. And you might have noticed that something is a little bit different today. And as you might have guessed it, I am actually going to showcase the ban jail. Now, VG did this a year ago, and so this is probably the latest video regarding the ban jail. Now, you might have noticed that I was banned for the second time, and I was not kidding. I was actually banned for the second time. So today, I am actually going to give a brief preview of the ban jail as of March 12th, 2023. So, as you can see, this is the ban jail. It's pretty basic, it's pretty boring, and it hasn't been updated for a year, so it has been a pretty long time. And since I was banned for the second time, I cannot use the unbanned pass. But I decided that I would show you guys the ban jail anyway. So the thing is, I actually was banned for using a glitch. It's called the seat glitch. I made a video on it, and I will still link it in the description or at the eye icon so you guys can click on it. I'm not sure if Asimo or Bad CC will revert my ban because they don't usually check bans properly, so they may assume that there are no false bans, but there are a couple out there.
Just that the developers are not completely aware that there are false bans.
Bruh.
So I did the glitch and I got myself banned on March 3rd, 2023. So it has been nearly 9 days since I was banned. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys the ban jail, and yeah. Now, many people are not going to get the message that I got, but rather it would say something like, you have been banned from Jailbreak for your actions, and it says amount of days or hours until you can buy the unbanned pass, or a checklist that will tell you that you can buy the unbanned pass as long as you have enough Robux for it, which in that case would be 1500. Now, since I was banned for the second time, it says you were banned again and cannot use this unbanned feature again. So, since mine was a false ban, and I know some of you would disagree with that, which is fine, I will have to wait until the developers kind of revert my ban. So, over here, I'm going to start off with the main island. So I'm not going to touch the water tiles, which are blue, because if I do, I'm going to fall straight into the giant prison cell, which I'll get to later. So you can actually climb on top of this palm tree, which is pretty nice. You can't touch the leaves, but you can touch the branch, which is pretty interesting, but okay. You are able to get inside of the cage itself, which is pretty nice. And as you can see, we got the Spring 2022 map. So basically the map from last year, when we had the MCO 36 event, you might notice that there is the MCO 36 building. And yeah, this was the map before April 2022, so it does look a little bit different. It hasn't been updated, so it looks like this. And yeah, so I kind of did this before, but I will go ahead and show you guys the actual prison cell. So are you able to jump glitch on the tiles to avoid getting set down there? Well, unfortunately, no, you cannot. This is the older version of it, so it's not new, but it does look pretty interesting. So over here, you are able to climb on this chair. I actually did this before, and it's kind of possible. You can actually sit on this chair, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, you can climb on top of this chair, and I think that is pretty funny, I'm not going to lie. I'm not entirely sure if you can get on the table, but it looks like you cannot, so that's unfortunate. But with that being said, you can mess around with some things in here. So if you look very closely, you might notice that the palm tree is actually destroyed, which is pretty bad. But at the same time, a couple of the stuff that were up there were also destroyed, so not everything looks the same. If you look very closely at the sink, you might notice that the map that is being used is the default one, so it's nothing too new right there, but yeah. And this is the prison bed. You cannot get on top of this, unfortunately, but hackers might find a way to do so. But I can't, because I got banned for using a glitch, and I can't do anything about it, so yeah. The cell door is already open, so you can walk out of the prison cell, but the question is, what happens if you do walk out of the prison cell? Now, I did this before, but I will go ahead and show you guys what happens. So over here, I'll be able to walk out, and you might notice that it's just complete darkness. Like,
That is pretty interesting.
so as you can see, there is kind of like a barrier over here. So if you go through the barrier, then you probably have to do what I do again. So it's kind of like a slope, but yeah, you can actually walk over here, which is pretty interesting. I don't think anyone has done this before, but you can actually walk over here, which is pretty awesome. But are you able to walk over there as well? Well, that is something that I would like to try. Unfortunately, there is no way for me to be able to sprint, so I just have to walk all the way over there. Like, that is not so good. So, unfortunately, you cannot. There's a black thing that's kind of blocking the way, but that would be pretty cool. Now, the thing is, I am actually able to zoom out, which is pretty cool, but you might notice that the developers actually used some dark parts and covered up this section, so the sky is the same, it's just not what you expect. Yeah, it's a little bit interesting. So up there's nothing too new. So if you walk down there, you're actually going to be sent back to the actual island, so I'll do that just for you guys. And as you can see, I got sent back, and I was pretty unlucky that time, and so I will be sent back down here. And actually, I got up here, so yeah, that's pretty interesting. I don't know how that happened, but okay, I guess. But as you can see, you can look through the ceiling, and yeah, that's how the prison cell works in band jail. It would have been more interesting if I was able to fall off the map, because I think it is possible, it's just not easy. So yeah, but honestly, it is pretty boring to be inside of band jail. There is not much to do. All you could do is just mess around, and that's pretty much it. Is it fun? Not really. I mean, you don't really get to do much. It's basically the rigged version of Jailbreak, and if you get falsely banned, I would feel really bad for you, because if you get falsely banned, that's not so good, because developers don't really know what kind of bans are which, so sometimes it could be false bans. And I just perfectly landed in the cage, which is where I'm supposed to be at right now. So anyway, that is all I got for this video. If you guys have enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, and please feel free to subscribe if you're new to the channel. You are able to reset your character as well, for those who are a little bit curious, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I hope the ban that I got is reverted, because I know a lot of my friends want me to get unbanned, and it was kind of unfair for me to get banned in the first place, considering that I used a glitch that potentially allowed me to get a lot of money. Basically, money glitches can be pretty overpowered at times, and they can kind of ruin the fun. So hopefully my ban gets reverted. But as always, my name is MisterVince. I hope you all have an amazing day today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
We were traveling long tail roads just to find out